Hey everyone, welcome to another $1,000 strap search. I've got my $1,000 in singles here and I'm about to show you what I found. But before I do, let's talk about this week's tip. Now, one of the things that people get confused about me is they think that I am an expert at paper money. I am not an expert. I am a collector. Some people think I'm a dealer. I'm not a dealer. I'm just a collector, just like you guys. And because I am not an expert, everything that is on my channel is simply my opinion. Why? Because I'm not an expert. If somebody tells me something, then I have to believe what they say until proven otherwise, which doesn't necessarily make it fact, it makes it my opinion. So when people get upset that I say my opinion, well, then they should understand everything on my channel is my opinion. It's my opinion what I like to collect. It's my opinion as to what I think notes are worth. It's my opinion as to where I think the market is going. These are all my opinions. So if anyone wants to criticize my other opinions on anything else, keep in mind those opinions are done with the exact same integrity as these opinions as far as currency goes. So if you want to believe anything I say about currency, then that would be how thorough I am with my other opinions as well. All right, so I've got 1,000 singles here. Let's get these out of the way and take a look at what I found. These are some of my Vegas straps. I didn't get as many straps as I wanted to this time because I got sick while I was out there. Doing a little better. These straps are from the Four Queens, the California, Main Street Station, the Grand, the D, the Golden Nugget, Circa, the Plaza, and then two off the strip, Park MGM and New York, New York. So these mostly are from downtown. Let's take a look at what I found. I like going to the downtown casinos to pick up straps because people tend to spend singles down there. Whereas when you go to the strip, most of those casinos are using singles as change that they got from the Federal Reserve. So when you're on the strip, odds are those are Federal Reserve straps. And when you're downtown, odds are those are circulated singles. So that's my rationale there. All right, first note I found, it's an alternator. You can see 49434340. This one is a trinary, and I found a ton of trinaries. So I will say this one right off the bat. Trinaries are not worth anything extra. I save trinaries because it limits the number of notes I have to save. I am actually trying to put together matching pairs of serial numbers. Now, obviously, I can't save every serial number I find. I'd never be able to spend any money. So by just saving trinaries and saving quads, I'm able to save some notes and try to find matching serial numbers. Now, two notes with matching serial numbers, yeah, that could get a premium. But as far as trinaries and as far as quads go, I wouldn't say that there's a premium on those. Anyway, so trinary, 3s, 4s, and 6s. This one is 8s, 3s, 7s, and 8s on this one here. This one is 2s, 4s, and 8s. 0s, 1s, and 6s. Some people would say this is a flipper. If you flip it over, now you have 9, 0, but the 1, you can see how the flag is down there, faces the wrong way, so I wouldn't necessarily consider that a flipper. So yeah, 0s, 1s, and 6s. Then we've got 3s, 4s, and 7s. Only 1 7 in there, so close to a binary. And actually, if that 7... Nope, never mind. I'm not going to go there. Let's see. 2s, 4s, and 8s. Started off like a repeater. 4288, 4222. So yeah, just a trinary. 2s, 6s, and 8s. 2s, 5s, and 6s. Once again, it only has 1, 2 in there. Otherwise, it would have been a binary. 0s, 2s, and 4s. This one is 0s, 4s, and 5s. 0s, 6s, and 8s. Lots of 8s in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 8s in there. But still just a trinary. That's all I consider that. Zeros, twos, and fives on this one. Sixes, eights, and nines. And let's go back with this one here. Sixes, eights, and nines. Once again, some people would call this a flipper. If you flip it, the 9 is correct, the 6 is correct. However, the 8s, you can see there's a small head on the bottom and the big circle on the top, which definitely makes it upside down. So yeah, you want zeros here. That would be a true flipper. And actually, a true rotator is if the number reads the same, both right side up and upside down. That's what makes those valuable. 3s, 4s, and 7s on this one. 1s, 5s, and 6s, and once again, this one only has the 1, 6, so close to a binary. This one was interesting. It's a trinary, 1s, 2s, and 3s, but it's also 4 of a kind, or 4 in a row, quads. I've got 4 1s in the center. It's got a pair of 3s in the front, pair of 2s in the back. Some people find this interesting. Interesting is all it is. It's has no additional value, but I am keeping it because it's got quads, and it's because it's a trinary. And that would be a cool one to match. Another quad note here, quad zeros in the middle. Quad 4s on this one. This one's quad 5s with a 5th, and it's a trinary, 3s, 5s, and 7s. Quad 8s. Then I got some star notes. This star note is from 2017. Not in the greatest of shape, but I save all money stars. Another 2017 star. Always checking to see if the star is full. 2017 star as well. This one's seen some things. 2013, rough shape on that one. 2013, a little bit better shape on that star. 2013 as well. This one's also pretty rough. And the older notes, I found a 2001 that's in pretty good shape. It's got some creases, but the paper quality is good, and it's still pretty bright. And the oldest note I found was a 1999, and it is a trinary, 1s, 8s, and 9s on that particular note. So that's the stuff that I found this week. Sorry, excuse me. What did I pull out? Well, it is very rare for me to talk about a note that I don't own. And that is what I'm going to do this week, because I got a letter. And I got an email, I should say. So let me just tilt this up here. And of course, what is that? Reinstall. Yeah. Okay. I got an email, and I wanted to share this with you guys because I thought it was interesting. And here we go. All right. This is from, was it Roger or Richard? Richard. This is from Richard G. And let me read this to you. Let's see, where should we start here? Let me try to get started with the story about these notes. My son lives in Florida, and at the time he was manager for a major grocery store. A few of the cashiers needed singles, so he broke out, I don't know how many, but there were brand new bundles of $1 bills still strapped from the bank. He started to give the singles to the cashiers, and he noticed something different about them. He stopped and called me up and explained what he saw. I told him to send me two in an envelope with cardboard as soon as possible. He did, and he also continued handing out the ones to the cashiers that needed singles. These notes that you saw are brand new uncirculated notes. When I received them from him, I looked them over with a digital microscope on my computer and found the black spots in the seal did not go through to the back side. I took them to a coin dealer and showed them to him, and he claims that it is a possible over-inking. I sent them to the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, also with the knowledge that when the BEP receives errors like this, they usually keep them and destroy them and send back replacement notes. Well, I sent them a note with these notes, sort of explaining to them that I was new to the collecting field and that I would like to have them back if at all possible. They looked at them and they did not confirm or deny that these were original errors, but they did say that they would have kept them and sent me different notes. I'm guessing my plea to them to send them back kind of won their heart over. After receiving them from the BEP, I sent them off to a grading company. I received them back not graded because they said they were altered. They did not explain how they were altered. I have pictured the back of the notes and the front of the notes, as you have already seen. I have 2 notes hanging on my wall in a large picture frame. My goal with these 2 notes are to get them graded somehow, some way, and I believe these 2 notes would be graded very high. All right, so what is so special about these notes? You can see he's got 2 notes pictured here, and you can see they came back in body bags from PMG. Most of the coin dealers are pretty well aware of the body bags that you get, and I'm just going to go over here and see if I can't zoom in on these a little bit better. And scoot this way. Here is one of the notes. Now, what is he talking about with this note? Well, if we look right here in this black seal, there is a huge black section. The word bank has been blacked out, and it should say, let's see, it should say the Federal Reserve Bank of, and it would say Atlanta, Georgia on there, but it just says the Federal Reserve blank. There is just black. I'm trying to point this stuff out. Just black right here. And I've zoomed in pretty much as tight as I can on this. Let's see if I can't. I think that's about as tight as I can get. And yeah, you can see it is completely black. Now, he did say that if you look at the back of the notes, there is no bleed through. So it's not like somebody took a Sharpie and colored that in. Okay. So there is no bleed through. There is simply 2 notes. Both of them came back with a body bag. And this says it's checked altered. Right here you can see the word altered. That's why they didn't grade them. So my question is, what is this? Now, at first glance, I would think somebody had taken a marker and just filled in the letters, or a pen or whatever. Since I don't have these notes in hand, it's a lot more difficult for me to judge that. But the question becomes, how would this happen? And what could happen is something could have gotten onto the plate and plugged up the word bank. Imagine just a scrap of paper, filling in all of that. And that way, every time the impression is made, that scrap of paper has the black ink on it covering up bank, so you no longer get that impression. That would be the only way that I could figure that you would actually get an error like this. So that's the first thing. When you spot an error, you want to try to figure out how it could happen. Now, I found it interesting that he sent it to BEP, and they didn't confirm or deny any of it, but they did send him back the notes. Now, like you said, generally speaking, the BEP will keep errors. They don't want those out in circulation. So they did send them back. And since his son said he had gotten these from a bank in a strap, and he had numerous ones of them, you can tell by the numbers here. Let me just zoom back out here a little bit. You can tell by the numbers on these. This one's 85393481. This one's 8539822. So these are out of the same batch of 1,000. So yeah, it looks like this could have been an error from the BEP. It's just hard to prove. That's the thing. They are most certainly unique bills, but how do you prove that that was anything other than that? Now, obviously, the first thing you would do is send them off to be graded. Grading companies know all kinds of different ways to verify whether that ink is the same. They can use all kinds of different lighting on there to determine refraction and stuff like that. But considering the fact that they came from fresh straps, see, that's what makes it interesting to me. Now, I know there's no way for the grading companies to verify that these came from fresh straps. All they can do is look at the quality of the note and realize that they have not been circulated. But that is one of the things that I wanted to show. Now, these notes here are from 2006, if I recall. Let me just scroll down real quick here. Yeah, 2006. So these are 2006 Atlanta notes from the FM block. So when you're doing your searches, keep an eye out for stuff like that. Now, I'm going to specifically say look for this FM block because based on all the work that he has gone through that he has gone through to try to verify this error, I think it could be a legit error. I also understand that PMG, if they can't discern what the error is or how the error would come about, that's why they're going to send it back in a body bag like this. I find it interesting. I'm going to be keeping a lookout for these particular notes because, like I said, for me to find a random note with that blocked out, I'm going to assume that somebody just inked it out. But hearing this particular story, this could very well be one of those errors that there's only so many of that have slipped through the cracks over the years. So I will definitely be keeping an eye out for these, and I think you guys should too. Like I said, this is the 2006 Atlanta note from the FM block, and it's missing the word bank. Like I said, it could very well be that somebody had just filled it in, but based on the history of this note, I don't necessarily think that's the case. All right, well, that's what I got for you guys this week. If you learned anything new, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading all your comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.